Well, everybody, it just happened. JP Morgan just did the unthinkable, and this is huge news for the base ecosystem. Whoo! Hey, everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I am joined with, I've got Dylan here. Everyone say hi to Dylan. Hi, Dylan. You're not supposed to say hi to yourself. Guys, JP Morgan absolutely just just put out a bombshell, and you can start with talking about the tweet.
Yeah, well, so I got a tweet from Base saying that JP Morgan just launched a coin on the Base ecosystem.
Yep.
So it's their USD deposit token, JPMD. And so it's available for institutional transfers on Base. And I had to read it twice and make sure it was from the official Base account.
It was hard to believe. You remember the Jamie Dimon of past that would say, I'm firing anyone that owns any crypto, talks about crypto, sniffs crypto, or snorts it up their nose. You remember that? Now he's embracing it. Now, this comes at an interesting time as banks are actually having a lot of problems. The Federal Reserve is putting liquidity through the repo system into the bank's ecosystem. And Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan is joining an ecosystem called Base, or now they are officially based. This is why we did that course on the Base ecosystem, to show people how to make stupid amounts of money before other people know about how to do it. Now, we're going to talk about this news story. I want to do something real quick. We are now officially closing the pre-filming sale of the course. The link's down below if you still want that price. Do not whine when the price goes up, okay? We always give people ample time to get in cheap, all right? That's fair to say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So the link's down below to that. Now, bring up that story because you didn't email it to me, right? I want to go through my little quick things. It says right here, this is out of jpmorgan.com. First bank issues USD deposit token on a public blockchain, which is the Base ecosystem, which is a layer 2 for Ethereum. Do you want to dive into some of those key takeaways it says?
Yeah, so it says B2C2, Coinbase, and MasterCard have successfully completed test transactions using the JPM coin via JP Morgan's USD denominated deposit token, that's JPMD, which this enables near instant 24/7 settlement and real-time liquidity.
This is huge. Absolutely huge. And people don't realize how fast Base is.
Yeah.
It is lightning fast.
It's like this.
And when you're going between Base wallets or in that ecosystem, it's virtually free.
It's fast and cheap. I mean, just yesterday I was trying to send a wire and I couldn't because there's a bank holiday. But I could send crypto immediately between any of my accounts at any time on any device and have near instant settlement.
Well, and what's crazy is a lot of the Base ecosystem is alive and well, obviously, on Coinbase and major exchanges because Coinbase is creating it, right? That's something that you really need to wrap your mind around. Like, you have one of the largest exchanges on earth building their own ecosystem, sitting on top of Ethereum, right? So it's using the Ethereum system to record ultimately, but that layer 2 of Base is a monster, and it's going to become even more of a monster. Let's keep talking about JP Morgan, though.
Yeah. So let's see here. So JP Morgan's institutional clients can now exclusively send and receive money securely on Base, the Ethereum layer 2 blockchain built within Coinbase, enhancing the digital payments ecosystem and encouraging further adoption.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Now, what's the last bullet point before we go into what this is super important?
Connexus. So since 2015, Connexus, which is by JP Morgan, they've been a global provider of blockchain-based financial infrastructure. So they've been invested in this company since 2015.
Totally.
Right? And they now provide a USD deposit tokens on a public blockchain, building on its own existing offering of blockchain deposit accounts on its private permission blockchain. So they were doing this all behind closed doors, the private permission blockchain, testing things out, and then now they're making this available publicly.
Yeah. Now let me explain something very important. JP Morgan, one of the largest, I think it's the largest Chase bank in the nation, right?
Yeah.
One of the major owners of the Federal Reserve and players in that system. They are moving towards 24 hours a day, 7 days a week banking. That is way beyond just what you think banking is traditionally on your online platform. Like Dylan said, he tried to send a wire the other day and he couldn't do it because it was a bank holiday. That's not going to happen when we have these publicly issued stable coins sitting like JP Morgan being able to do business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And on the Base ecosystem. When I tell you this is going to be a big deal, it's going to be a massive deal. Why is Base going to be in your face in 8 weeks?
Well, And one, I think they may be opening up the app for more people,
Yep.
but they have probably a couple major announcements and stuff coming out during that time. I don't know. I can't spoil all the secrets, but
Well, we can't even
yeah,
say some secrets
yeah,
because I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in meetings with some of the biggest players in this ecosystem. They are insanely, extremely passionate about what they're doing. A lot of people don't understand that Coinbase is really, a lot of people would think putting themselves out of business by doing this, but what they're doing is they're going to become even stronger
yeah,
with all of these with this ecosystem, and what they're pushing out in about 8 weeks to the
Yep.
public is going to be profound.
exactly. Yeah, and they're all for it. And then this is one of the reasons why Coinbase gets so much hate in the in the crypto world, because they're trying to be compliant with regulators. They're trying to make sure that there's regulatory clarity and they follow all those rules so that they can bring on money like that is stored in companies like JP Morgan.
This is insane. The largest bank in the nation choosing Base for their launch of that.
Mhm.
This is absolutely mind-blowingly huge. Now, there's something that me and Dylan want to share. This is one of the first courses that we've ever taught like this, in that we just got off the phone with another team.
Mhm.
We are highlighting specific projects, not as investment advice and ideas. A lot of these we've invested in ourselves, but we're actually bringing the CEOs or C-suite execs or
Mhm.
their main the most amazing employees that they have at their teams to explain in the course what they are doing to solve specific problems, and giving people a behind the scenes peek at these projects before they ever go on to YouTube or any of that stuff. This is
Mhm.
absolutely a change in the system. And what's blowing a lot of these teams away, they're blown away that we're not charging them for this. We're doing this. This is for our students.
Yeah.
So they're like, how much do you want? Like, nothing. And they're like, well, that's not normal. Because like I've said before, I've never taken a dime from any cryptocurrency company. I never will. I don't know why. I talk about the things I invest in, what I'm passionate about, and how I want to teach people how to make a lot of money. And in this situation, and Dylan can go into this a little bit more in depth, being early to this ecosystem launch is a game changer.
Mhm.
Why is
Yeah.
that?
Well, because by being early, one, you learn how to navigate. That's like a big part of the game. If you ever try to get into anything in crypto and you go and use it, I actually had a customer email me the other day saying, "Hey, I want a refund. I am out because I read some reviews on this wallet via the app store, and there were bad reviews." Right. And so that's actually a real friction point. If you can push past that, if you can learn how to use the tools and not let just the reviews scare you off, then you're positioned in the ecosystem. And the whole idea is, can you position and this is the big idea with crypto just in general. Can you position yourself in an area right now and learn how to be in that position and wait for the liquidity to flow through?
Yeah.
Right? Because what we're seeing is a mass transition of liquidity from the traditional financial systems into the crypto ecosystems.
Yeah.
And if you are in the right position, right, you will be able to snatch up some of that liquidity.
Yeah, like on a day like today where the market's down in crypto, there are amazing projects that have yet to be posted on Coinbase, a Binance, or these large exchanges. But then I can show you how to find out that Coinbase themselves invested in the project.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, where is it going to get listed? Who knows? Is there a good chance? A lot better than most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is incredible times to be early, and I hope that you're getting early. I got to be honest with you, the way that the base rollout's coming, it's very not convoluted, it's very mysterious.
Yeah.
And it's being done like that on purpose. X is exploding, but people don't realize that crypto Twitter is about to switch to crypto base. And Coinbase wants to make sure of that. They're building essentially what I believe to be one of the largest, if not, it's going to be the largest social media platforms on earth.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. They can't even wrap their mind around it. And that's why so many of you guys made a stupid amount of money in profit in Clanker when I told you about Clanker about, I don't know, 3 months ago. And then when it dipped by half, rather than whining, you guys took action and doubled your pot. I did too. And then saw 650% gains. It's because Coinbase wants to make and the base ecosystem wants to make projects like Clanker bring them to the forefront. That's why Farcaster bought them.
Yeah.
To increase that, which is again a base product. They are wanting to create awareness and bring mass adoption to this platform.
Yeah, and you see that, and with that, when he says mass adoption, like you see that not only are they doing these kind of social projects that are fun, engaging for the regular person, but also like they're bringing on titans like JP Morgan to their rails.
And Titan is the proper term. All right. So look, at a time where banks are having problems, this is very true. Guys, do me a favor. Type yes or no if you agree the banks are hurting based off of the facts that the repo market is blowing up. Okay. The Fed is injecting money into the repurchase market because banks are not lending to each other. Okay. Type yes or no if you agree with that. It's important to say, to vote, to understand where we are. At the same time, JP Morgan just launched on base. These are exciting times, and I really hope you get this message across. If you're not looking at the latest and greatest on base, these projects that are rolling out, we're filming lessons today to wrap this course up and take away the pre-filming discounts so we could raise the price, because I like raising prices, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I already know how much this course is worth to the early adopters.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be stupid, and in a time where banks are having problems, you're seeing massive banks that aren't having problems launching on this ecosystem. It should tell you where we are.
Yeah, and there's a window of opportunity, and we think that one of the biggest windows of opportunity is now,
Literally
through the next 2 months.
Yes, the next 8 weeks are going to be pivotal, because you're going to see a ton of congressional allowances or regulations hit the market for Bitcoin. You've got Michael Saylor out there doubling down, telling you Bitcoin's about to rage. You got Eric Trump calling for $200,000 Bitcoin by January, because they all know something that I'm telling you right now. Regulations are coming. Government's opening up. You're going to see a euphoric moment of all this amazing news, and you're going to be early. If you're investing right now in the crypto markets, you're going to be so stoked in the next 8 weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because people are, the holidays are busy for people.
Oh
and
yeah.
if you can focus here,
Yeah.
and get positioned, right, as soon as people start going back to work, looking at things, looking at different opportunities, you'll be ahead of them.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, guys, we're going to cut this short. The pre-filming sale is about to end. The countdown timer is on. The link's down below. You could watch that countdown timer till it goes to 0. Price goes up. Don't whine. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja and Dylan are out. Now, because this is filmed from my cell phone, we're going to awkwardly walk off set and try and turn this thing off. Let's go. Let's go. All right. How do I turn this thing off? See you guys.